it to take us from where God wanted to bring us. Do you know sometimes a house can look good and the furniture can look so pretty in it, but in the person who have the house, they ain't got no value. Can I say a couple more words to make it make sense? It's time that we find back our true self. We've been wrapped up into things that God has not given unto us for too long. And then when problem comes, we tend to go more to the problem than to go back to the right source who created us. I'm closing enough here. But can I just share with you, my brothers and sisters, and let you know that it's time for us to find back who we are. We have been away from our present daddy for too long. We're still in church, but we're still not in God. Sister, you live here and pay everything. How so much problem you have? We in church, but we're still not in God. We sound like we have a God voice, but we have a T voice. We sound like we love God, but we are far from the presence of Him. I understand, Prophet. I come to church and I listen to you preach, I listen to you teach, but I'm still not 100% sure where I'm going yet. I'm in here and I see the church go up and come down, but I'm still not getting the benefit. If you're a thief and a liar, God can bless you. Is that right? Amen. If you're not trustworthy, God can give you nothing to keep and to belong. God have to able to trust you in order for Him to be a blessing to you. Hello, somebody. Amen. The reason why the church is not where it's at is because the people don't trust God. Not all, some of the people don't really trust God. Amen. How can I trust God? I got to start taking inventory of my life. How much do you take inventory of your life before you come to church? Start taking inventory of your life and start see where you have some mess in you and try to deal with it before you come into the house of God. Then whenever you step into the house of God, have a mindset that you're not looking back, but you're looking to go where God wants to take you. Too long we've been struggling and being like a ghetto sinner. I call the word ghetto sinner. Meaning if you're too thief and lie, you're coming like a ghetto kid. You don't want to better in your life, so you will always live a ghetto life. A ghetto life is not to change, but to continually live the same way until you die. I'm sick and tired of looking at people going through a recycle like the same thing. God give them a word, they still don't wake up to it. Still looking the same way. How can I change my life? How can I be a better person? Can I just jump over, take a leap to Saul in the book of Acts? Saul was a man who was a man who loved wickedness. He in love with something that he didn't understand. Can I say that again? He was in love with something that he didn't understand, and he became a murderer to it. Hello, somebody. He was a killer with what he don't know. Because he loved what he gets, so he was using what he had. Until God had to blind him from what he was in and bring him to the true revelation of who he is. When you become a child of God, you have to have a circumspect walk, not allowing people to dictate to you or to tell you what sister so-and-so say, brother so-and-so say. Start to take time in God reading of His Word. Start to allow God to restore you And then he can able to take you to places that you should have been before. Before you've been robbed. Do you know God, some of us are in our 50s and that's the time God uses us more. When I was young, I was giddy-minded. I was giddy-minded that everything I see I fall for. Until God got to put me down at a place where I can't run no more. I got a bullet in my head first. And I was still stubborn. God been already yet. I go into jail. God been already yet. I'm in fact, when I'm in jail, I'm crying. I was a big baby in jail, but when I come out, I'm the Don. I don't think y'all understand me. Because I want to love God, but I didn't know how to love Him because I didn't have nobody to show me what love is. Sometimes we need to find somebody who can teach us love. Meeting a woman or a man, that don't say you jump into a relationship. They may there to guide you to the next level to life, to help you to know your value and your purpose to life. You see, God got to use David, and God got to use Jeremiah, God got to use Isaiah, God used all these men of God to help others to know the value of who we are and what value we have when we turn to Him. He used Jeremiah 1 to let us know, Jeremiah, you does not own yourself. Jeremiah, you're my child. I'm your daddy. Don't take on what you think you know. Let it go. Let me direct you. Let me lead you. If I lead you, then you will be able to reach to maturity. Do you know people is 40 and 50 and still not mature? You ever see some people still living a life, dirty life and not mature? Reaching 50 years old and still living a dance, clicking finger, open up, showing like they're still young, doing nails. Thank God. I don't know who come up with the weaves. But thank God it's changed some of them identity. It makes some of them look young, even though they're old. They're outdressing these young girls nowadays too. Because they don't even know what love is. The same daughter that they have, they probably take even a daughter boyfriend. Oh, I'm preaching now. I know, that's true church only teach truth, right? Right? Yeah, it's not every church gonna do it. But you got some young girl taking, the mother taking away the daughter, baby friend or etc. It's happening today. I got my uncle wife in Jamaica, she's 60-something. When she come to America, her boyfriend was 18 years old. Oh God, I know y'all don't want to hear this. Because she was in church, leave church, come to America, in the Bronx, taking on her 18 years old. I could not look in her face. Come on, talk to me, people of God. Someone act like I like that. You don't know nobody like that, no problem. There's a lot out there. Don't you know there's a lot out there? I want you to know there's a lot out there doing what they ought not to be doing. And messing up society. Even in church have been worse than all church supposed to be. No Holy Ghost ain't in church like that no more. I remember one of my friends said, the older the moon, the brighter it shines. I want to know what kind of light you see coming from that old moon. Age don't make a difference, I know. You look 60 when you're dressing like 30. I understand your life. Tie up the hair and look young again. I understand you because you wear them young boy clothes same way. You're not out yet. You're still into what you love. Hello, somebody. But can I say this, people of God? Let us get back ourselves together. Don't waste time when you come to the house of God. Can I stand over here and preach, Pastor? Huh? It's sweet. You say, which one? It's true though, in church it's so much games playing. And when the ministry go down, the older one that was dating the younger one act like they're tricksy. Like they didn't know what was going on. Why are you laughing, Pastor? But it's the truth. Your lifestyle show you where you're going. You say, I don't beg friend from people. Come on, talk to me. When you beg friend, they will disrespect you every time. When they be too friendly, they treat you any way. You see, I used to bow down to people before, try to make the church look good. I stopped. You see, I'm in age, I don't want the young people. I want the old. If Joan Daly, because she's old already, she's young. And she doesn't know what a young woman, I want that older woman. Woman who have sense. Why you laugh? If she did, listen, if she did, she not dead yet, she's soon gone, but she not dead. I soon gone too. Y'all act like you come here to live forever. Brother, come on here. Oh, hold on, can I ask a serious question? How much do you know your time limit? None of you. You can go to bed leaving from church this morning and go right out there in your car driving, and it's the last day. A message means that it's time to turn out of the way that you are living, the life that in the lifestyle that you're living. It's time now to take inventory of who you are. God, you called me. Why am I here? I want you to ask the question, why am I here? I've gone through so much, but God, why am I here? Why do you put me through so much, God? Why do you allow me to suffer, go down so much and can't come the way I want to come up? Yes, drop. There's more work for them, more work. I ask myself that question a lot. Why? Because, you know why I ask? Because sometimes I say, God, I'm among some demons in the church. They say they love me today and I'm not leaving the church, but next week I'm gone. Once they get rid of them, I'm gone. I might say, God, what kind of church is they put me in? When I was living the street life, I was enjoying my life. Everything good was happening. I got my money, I got my car, I was living good. I didn't know what all this was. But God, as soon as I come into church, it's a different ball game than when I was out there. You see some people coming hug you and kiss you in your jaw, next thing they thought they're lying to you. Jesus said somebody touched me and he was looking around. I don't know, I'm messing with some people today in church. Please, if that's message for you, don't go back to that avenue, okay? Can I walk over this side? Don't laugh at me, I ain't here to laugh with you this morning. I'm just here to preach a word and finish preach. Is that right? Can I get a 5? Say, Lord, I just want you to bless me. Lord, I just want you to bless me. Don't be stupid anymore. Say it again. How much you need a change in your life this morning? How much you say?